Hi everybody, Kim here. Welcome to this week's live Oracle card readings. How are you all? As you come on, let me know that you are here. Jump out, say hi. We are in the new moon phase, so just into day 2 of the new moon phase. So feeling that new energy, setting those new intentions. You know, it helps when we work with the cycles and the seasons of life. It's affecting us whether we pay attention to it or not. So why not work with those energies? It's a great time in the new moon to set those intentions, set the goals that you want to bring about for this cycle. For me, I've been kind of focused a lot on new grandbabies and my family, which is absolutely beautiful. And, you know, my business has lost a little bit of momentum. So my intentions for this cycle is all about, you know, going back through, checking everything, building that momentum again in my business. You know, it's not about anything being right or wrong. It's the way that life is. There's times when our families are pulling us in another direction, and that's completely fine. I am a mama first and foremost, and everything else falls in behind that. So that's important to me. That's one of my values. But what are your intentions? What are you setting for yourself this month? And you know, one little tip here is not to be setting too big a list for yourself. We are heading in towards the winter, so here in the southern hemisphere, you know, we've had that all out there energy of the summer, and we're starting to pull in a little bit. Our energies are pulling in. We are at almost the beginning of May, which of course marks another turn on the wheel. It is the time of year, so, you know, for us it's Samhain, which is actually Halloween, but of course Halloween is actually celebrated in, you know, the latter part of the year, but because we're on the opposite side of the world, the energy is actually true to that. And what does Halloween you know, mean for us? It actually means that it's said that the veil between the worlds is at its thinnest, so that we have the ability to connect in with our past over loved ones, with our spirit team. I mean, that's always available to us, but it's a little more accessible, if you like, that we may be able to even have visions, you know, around this time of year. In traditional paganism, it would be altars would be set up, and photos of past over loved ones would be put on the altars, and there'd be candles and offerings made. So, you know, how can you bring that into your life? How can you ritualize your life a little more, which of course makes it all the richer? I'm just going to refresh these comments to see if anybody is here with us. Bear with me while I take a moment to do that. So, you know, noting for yourself, what are those new intentions or goals that you would like to set for yourself. Okay, it's taking a bit of time, so while we're waiting for that, let's get on and let's create, let's pull a card, an overall card for the group today. And if you're listening to the recording, of course, always love to hear your comments, so please feel free to post a comment. Sovereignty, I love this one. This is our queenness, right? This is where we remember who we are, and I can so relate to this energy at the moment. It's like we can get so pulled into other people's lives, into other areas of our lives, and it's about just taking a moment to remind ourselves that we are more than one role that we play. So we are more than that. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. We are here to live our life's purpose, whatever that is for you. And, you know, to really make sure that we're coming from our true authenticity. What I have come to know about life is that there is this this breathing in and out of life when we change into a new phase, which of course I have, having two grandbabies within 3 days of each other. I shift, those mamas shift, my son and son-in-law shift, because they're creating more energetic space for those babies. And as a grandmother, everything shifts for me as well. The shifting of the energy and the relationship to those grandbabies, to my daughter-in-law, my son-in-law. And it takes time. And I have noticed that having two babies come very close together, it's taken me a moment to find my balance in that new expansion. So, taking time to honor the truth of who we are and the depth of who we are, and the shifts that are occurring. It can happen when children go off to high school, or they might go to school for the first time, or we get a new job, or we lose someone that's close to us and dear to us. So whatever it is, that shift for you, making sure that you are allocating time for that integration. Okay, here you all are. Good morning, Sharon. Lovely to see you. Christy Lee, lovely to see you. I'm going to start writing some of these down. Alrighty. Good morning, Kirby. How are you doing? Hey, Leanne. Nice to see you. Haven't seen you for a little while. How are you tracking, my love? Hi, Lisa. Yes, of course you would like a card. I will write your name down. Okay, keep them coming. If you would like, I'll keep refreshing this so that we can keep this up. Sharon, love a card. Kirby. Leanne. I'll just write them all down while you're there. Hi, Julia. How are you? And Lisa L, of course, good morning to you as well. Okay, let's get on and do this. So we're going with Christy Lee to begin with. And as always, if you've got a particular question, hold the energy of that question in your heart. And as we are connected, we will pick up on that energy and the answer will come through. Now, remembering, you always have your own answers. You are your own oracle. The cards are merely a confirmation, if you like, and so am I. It's a confirmation. And the value of sitting with a healer or somebody that you trust is exactly that we can cut through the mind chatter. I don't have the mind chatter that's going on in your mind. I have the mind chatter that goes on in my mind, but I don't have the mind chatter that goes on in your mind. So I can pick up on the energy and we can get straight to what the truth is for you. So the card that's coming up today, beautiful. There's a lot of this coming up right now. Oh, and I'm getting extra energy on it. So I'm just going to pay a little bit of attention, a little more attention. I am hopefully always paying attention. Trust. So Christy Lee, I'm just feeling some emotion in my heart right now. So I want you, if it's safe for you to do so, to close your eyes and just put your hand on your heart and just take a couple of deep breaths. Everybody else can join in if you want to, because being connected, this is relevant for you as well. And say quietly in your mind, I trust. And feel the resonance of that in your heart. And you may feel that some emotion moves for you. You might even feel some tears welling up, or you might feel a little bit of quickening in your breath. That's you connecting to the truth of that. I trust. And if there's a particular situation going on for you right now that's got you all up in your head about it, keep coming back here. The greatest gift that we can have at this time is recognizing how important regulating our nervous system is. I've just completed doing an amazing online a 9-hour program around called Good Money with Kate Northrup. She's amazing. She's the daughter of Dr. Christiane Northrup, who I have been following for years. I've spoken about her. I share a lot of Dr. Christiane Northrup's posts in this group because I love her take on women's health. She wrote a beautiful book called Women's Bodies, Women's Wisdom. I think I've got that around the right way, but something like that. It's quite amazing. And Kate is, just a beautiful leader, and she talks all about the empowering ourselves around our money stories. We've all got stories around money, right? And I have a particularly interesting one that I will get to share at some point in time. And she talks a lot in her program about, we won't shift our money stories or our money paradigms if we don't bring our awareness into our nervous system around it, because our nervous system will keep us at the same place that it believes it's safe. We need to create that safety within our nervous system and expand from there. Check her out on Instagram. She's amazing if you're interested in doing more. Beautiful. So back to you, Christy. Trust. Getting back in connection with the trust. Knowing that you are always surrounded by love. You are guided by your spirit team, and the more that we can quieten down and connect in and hear those messages and use the tools that are going to help you to do that. I hope that serves you. I hope it serves everybody. Thank you for being here and requesting that card. All right, so we've got Lisa T. Just got that song come into my head. My mama told me, da 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 da. I rather darky. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, something to do with your mama. Expectations, maybe. Let's see. Can't remember the rest of the words to that song. Isn't it? Songs are such a powerful reminder. Self-love. Okay. This can be a lot about our mothers when it comes to self-love, right? They may not have modeled self-love for us, or they may have not been giving us great messages around that, and remembering they've always been doing the best they could with the tools that they had. But it's up to us to be, the parent we wish we had, to nurture our inner child, and connecting in with our inner child is an act of self-love. Taking our inner child on dates. I used to do that when I was working on my inner child at one point, and I'd go and buy myself a cake and take myself on a little date to the park, and do the things that I wish that had occurred for me when I was younger. Self-love is, what is that for you? Get your journal out, write about it. What does self-love look like for you? Self-love for me definitely is about regulating my nervous system. It is about journaling. It is about honoring the truth of what is present for me at any given time. I don't minimize my own feelings. And meditation, learning, being available to my family, not at the expense of myself, but because I love to, I just love being a mama, and I love being a grandma too. So self-love, that's the message for you today. If you want to dig a little deeper with that on any particular, if anybody does on any particular area, I'm always up for that too. Alrighty, let's keep going. Sharon. Okay, the song for you is A Whole Lot of Love. There's a whole lot of love. Okay. Holding you in a space of love, my darling. Okay. Resilience. Okay, the burden, the carrying, the pushing through, the carrying on. Where can you make these adjustments, even if they're subtle? And as we continue to grow and expand, and we're learning to honor and respect ourselves through any situation. The shifts can be big, but they can also be small. So it might be, okay, I'm going to show up because I've made a commitment to do this, but this one I'm not going to. I'm going to quietly excuse myself because I need to take a little bit more self-care time. I need to honor my myself, my processes, what I'm experiencing as a human right now. So the message behind this is, don't just push through. Choose the things that are important to show up for, and then let go of the burden of the ones that you don't have to. That, you know, we might be being a little bit of a, not a martyr, I don't like that word, but where we're pushing, and we as women have learned to do that very well. So hope that message is received for you, Sharon. Sending you big hugs. Kirby, how are things going up there in your beautiful part of the world, in your space, in your business? I was at the Owlery on Saturday having brunch, and I was thinking about you, wondering how you're tracking. Okay, the unexpected. This can often catch people's breath, like the unexpected doesn't mean it's bad. The unexpected is the unexpected. This is a different paradigm, new awareness, new things coming through, new information coming through. Make sure that you're having enough quiet time, that you can receive the information coming through to you, the guidance. I feel like I've shared this before, but I'll share it again because it's relevant. Feels like it's relevant. I have a spirit guide for my business. Her name is Rachel. And when I'm looking at making shifts in my business, needing to put some more energy, which I am currently, I will sit down with pen and paper and go into a meditative space. I connect in and I'm having a conversation with Rachel. So of course Rachel is a spirit team. She's also on a version of my higher self. So she's there to guide me, to offer ideas. It's amazing how effective this is. So perhaps that's the unexpected. Perhaps that's connecting with your spirit guide for your business, and how, what adjustments do you need to be making. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to keep going here. Let me just check in on these messages. I've got everybody there. Elaine, hello, how are you? Yes, of course. I'm going to write these down. Hello, Gail. Nice to see you. And Barbara, we connect. How lovely. We don't always get to connect on live. Gail, I feel like you might be new. Excuse me if I've got that wrong, but just let me know if that is true. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Alrighty, Leanne, how are you doing? No, that's two cards. I only want one. It's been a while since we've connected and you've been through a lot. I hope things are tracking in the way that you are wanting them to, and that you're continuing your spiritual journey, getting closer to your offerings. Purity, yeah. This is about our thinking, right? Remember that we need to connect in with our higher selves when we want to be expanding and elevating, and we all do this, right? We connect in, like for Leanne, she did my coaching program, I guess that was last year, my spiritual coaching program, and we get all fired up and we do this, or it might be a webinar, or we might watch something that really inspires us, and then life happens, right? We get on, we get busy, we're trading hours for for dollars, and stuff's happening, and we kind of drop our vibration a little bit, and we're more back in the mundaneness a little bit of life, and then we think, oh, I need something different, and we elevate ourselves again, however we do that. So this is a reminder for you to let go of the past, that the old paradigms that were, that version of you, and that this new version of you, this more elevated version of you, is here ready, and you've got the tools to take the next step. So take the next step and be mindful of your thoughts and the self-doubt, particularly. That can be, self-doubt is such a destroyer of dreams, and can knock us off our path of our purpose, why we're here. And why we're here is to offer our unique gifts in the world, however that feels for us to be doing so. So I hope that's a nice reminder and support for you today. Julia, I'm just going to have a sip of my broth. All right. As you know, I don't rush the cards, no. There we go. Blossoming. What are you noticing in this photograph? I'm noticing the abundance on her dress. I'm noticing the single pointed focus there of the light, that she is creating music, and that's sending the vibration out into the world. So your music, what is your music? What is your unique melody that you are sending out into the world? Trust it, honor it, respect it, share it. Whoa, okay. All right, Lisa L. And then I'll do a refresh of the comments in a moment. Alrighty, we've got blossoming for you as well. Okay, so this is taking a step. This is about, so straight away I'm being shown a job again. So are we in that conversation, not sure about your career, what's happening there? And this is saying take a step forward. Take a step, take a brave step forward. So that means following your heart, trusting that the universe will come in behind you to support you, but you must take the first step, because that moves the energy, that shows the universe where you're headed. And if you are brave enough to take a step that follows your heart, then you will be rewarded. It's like the universe is like, yay, we love this. We love that she's backing herself, that she's believing in herself enough to take that step forward. So go you. I hope that serves you. Elaine. Wisdom. Did you have this recently? This is looking from that higher vantage point again. Remember, when we're looking forward, when we're planning, we want to make sure we're doing that from an elevated position, meaning an elevated energy, an elevated vibration. So either go for a walk in nature and then have those thoughts about your future from there, or put on some music, dance around, move the energy a bit, and then create that pathway. Open yourself up into, what is it that you ideally would love to see come about. My favorite question, if there were no limitations, how would it all play out? What would I like to see in a particular situation, in a broader sense, whatever that is? It's a constant reminder for us that we it's like a default program that we focus on what we don't want, but we're being urged and reminded to focus on what we do want from that higher elevation. Okay. Gail, let me just do a quick refresh here. Okay, I need to do that. And that. Alrighty. Wow. Okay, let me just catch up on a couple of these. That's right. Beautiful. Hey Christine, nice to see you. Let me pop you on here as well. No problem at all. Thank you, Kim. Yes, I've had a lot going on. This is Leanne, I've dropped the 8 ball on my self journey. I'm now at a crossroad. You've given me much clarity. Thank you so much, Kim. Much love. Much love back to you. And that is the process. So don't be hard on yourself. Just, regroup. Look at where you're wanting to go. Book a session with me if you want to, or do the things. Get your cards out. Use the tools that you have available to you. Lisa, that was perfect. Thank you. Beautiful. Julia, thank you. I have just found a space to use to share all the things. Very excited. Please share, because you never know who's local to you that's in this group. So please feel free to share with us. This group is for sharing. I'm very open to you all putting up your things in here because we want to support each other. Alrighty. So Gail, if you have a particular question, hold the energy of that question in your heart. And if you don't have a particular question, then what's for my highest good? And let's see what comes through. Just going to get these to organize themselves. Beautiful. And it's jumping. And we've got purity again. It's interesting how we have common themes. So all that I said to, I think that was Elaine's card. No, Elaine's was wisdom. Anyway, whoever's it was, you would have seen this before. Purity for you is around self-belief, is what I'm feeling here. So, if we've had an experience of a life where we haven't been overly encouraged in our life, in fact, we may have been the opposite than that, then our self-belief can be damaged, can be, what's a nicer word than damaged? Can be a little bruised, let's put it that way. And we can lose faith in ourselves. So then that's when I find when we connect into something higher than ourselves, it reminds us that we're all here for a reason. And the fact that you are here means that you are worthy, that you have a valuable message to share. And that doesn't always mean it has to be professionally. It can be who you are being in your day-to-day life. If you're, working in hospitality or in a caring role or whatever that is for you in your job, it's about who you're being. And I'm getting a sense of a very soft and beautiful, caring, loving, nurturing energy coming through from you. Now that's a gift, because not everybody is like that. If we've had a challenging past, we can harden and we can, close off our hearts. I don't get that feeling with you, and that's a real gift in and of itself. So reminding yourself that you are worthy, and the ways that you do that is self-love, self-care. Reminding yourself that there is a connection within you, a divine connection, whether you want to call it God, Goddess, source energy, divinity, whatever that means for you, but touching in on that and reminding yourself of the bigger picture will really help you to stay connected to your truth, and that truth of that you are a beautiful, beautiful light being having this human experience with much to offer. So sending you big love and big hugs, and work on building that belief in yourself. We could do a whole program, a whole webinar, a whole sometime together about that, right? About self-belief, because I can tell you, you know, I had those times as well where I feel like I lose that connection, or I just can't see it at that point in time about who I am. You know, am I adding value to the world? Is my message really being received? So this occurs for all of us. So yeah, let me know if that's something of interest to you. We can make it happen. Barbara. And it's jumping. Focus. Okay, what are you focusing on? I know there's been a lot of change happening for you. So this is about emotions. It's about, you know, so we're seeing the water there. That's straight away emotions. We've got eyes closed. We've got the butterfly on your third eye. So this is, to me, is about expansion. And are you really embracing that expansion? You've had, you know, you've had a lot of new insights and new ways of doing things. So are you really embracing that? Are you setting these new patterns of behavior for yourself, as creating new habits? You know, when the children were at school, I used to always enjoy the new term, because it gave me an opportunity. I love the school holidays because we dropped the routines, but I also love the new term because it gave me the opportunity to set a new routine. What's the routine that's going to work for us now? And it's the same with me. It's like I'm constantly looking, or not constantly, but often looking at what's my new routine now? What's my morning routine that is going to be serving me? What's the practice that I need to be doing that is serving me where I'm at the moment? So, you know, what are those new things that you want to put in place to create that new habit for ourselves? And all we have to do is do it for a week, and suddenly we've got a new neural pathways occurring, so we're creating new patterning for ourselves. So that's what they're asking you to bring your awareness to focus on and implement the growth. All right, Christine. Growth. So where do you feel like you are growing at the moment? And look at this beautiful card. I love this card. It's like this beautiful energy coming up and out of the earth, and the growth and the celebration of the growth. We often forget to celebrate the growth, and this is really what you're being urged to do right now, is to really celebrate your growth. We're all growing all of the time, even if it doesn't really feel like it. And, you know, with the slight change of season, it's a great opportunity for us to take a breath, take a moment, and to look back and go, wow, look at me and look where I'm at. And this is not ego, this is love. Self-love. Acknowledgement of yourself is self-love. So acknowledging your growth and celebrate it. Beautiful. Alrighty, let me do a quick refresh here to see if we've got anybody else that I may have missed. Let me do this. Okay, wonderful. Hey, Joanne. Yes, of course you can. Let me just write your name down. Okay, will do. Excellent, Julia. Gail, thank you so much. Appreciate your insight. Wonderful. We love you being here. Thank you, Barbara. Beautiful. Okay, Joanne. There it is. We've got fruition. What is coming to fruition for you? Look at the abundance that she has, and this could be exactly that, focusing on the abundance that you already have. You know, we do set intentions, we do set goals, we focus on what we're wanting to bring about in our life, but the magic dust, if you like, is also stopping and appreciating all that we have. Look at the bounty that she has about her. So maybe taking some time to, you know, to write that down. what is the abundance that you're grateful for in your life right now, and what is coming to fruition. So what is blossoming, what is opening up for you, and what are you most excited about moving forward? Okay, beautiful. Well, it's always a pleasure to connect in with each and every one of you. I really love sharing with you. If there's anything I can do to support you. Now, Thursdays, I'm going to come on here probably around about 9 o'clock, and I'm going to do a live guided meditation. So please, if you're about, I'll also put the recording up as well, so that we can connect in and spend some time together. Look forward to connecting in with all of you, and lots of love. See you on Thursday.